What's up, everybody? Duke back here from sportsgamers.com, and in today's Madden 20 tip video, we're going to be going over one of the best money plays in all of Madden 20, and it's super glitchy because you can bomb every coverage in the game from the same play. We can bomb cover 2, cover 3, cover 4. We can even bomb cover 3 with deep halves. A lot of coverages that people think are very, very difficult, if not impossible, to bomb at this point with 99 speed players, like I said, cover 4 drop or even deep halves. We can bomb all of that. And I'm going to break down how you guys can do it. We're going to be looking at the West Coast playbook and this little weak formation right here, and the play is tight end corner. Now, guys, before I get into the play setup, I do want to remind you guys to please subscribe to the channel, turn your notifications on, and make sure you like our videos. All the support definitely does not go unnoticed, and it's very helpful. And in the meantime, if you guys want to get even more Madden 20 content, make sure to head over to sportsgamers.com for the best Madden 20 tips and ebooks. We can help you get better on offense or defense. Alright, so we're now going to get into the setup. Like I said, this is going to be out of the weak slot flex, tight end corners, or tight end corner, excuse me. West Coast playbook might be in others, but I run West Coast a lot. Again, weak slot flex, tight end corner. So I know for sure it's a West Coast. Now, really, all you need to do is put your fastest receiver as the outside receiver. Now, like I said, this can bomb any coverage in the game. I'm just gonna take a sack here real quickly so you guys can see that you don't need bazooka activated to do this. But you will want the ball to be on, have your tight end side of the formation on the short side, so your two receivers are on the wide side. Like I said, all you really need is your fastest receiver, where you see Tyreek Hill, and we're going to start with how to bomb cover 3. We can do it two ways. Now, cover 3 is probably the easiest coverage to bomb, so we can do it pretty easily. The first way would be to block the fullback and the running back, and then we can either streak our slot receiver. This is effective to get the safety out of there quicker, but honestly, you don't even need to do that. What I do is I go ahead and put my receiver on a whip route or a hitch, because either one of those routes are really good playmaker routes. And if you occupy the user with a playmaker route, he's probably not even going to run deep with the deep post to stop the one-play touchdown. Now, like all this stuff, by the way, it works against even 99 speed defensive backs. I've tested it. As long as you have in games plenty, you just need a fast receiver and a quarterback with good throw power, and this can be easy to do. So let's look at cover 3 first. So this is the first example. So you guys can see what happens is very simple, but basically, if you take a look at the replay, our tight end running the corner route, he makes that outside third on the right side of the field, where our deep post is running, stay down towards the sideline, in front of the tight end, or, kind of like right by the tight end, so that as soon as you guys see that, look here, how this corner plays the tight end. So as soon as you see that, guys, they're going to basically have a problem, because once we pass up the safety with this receiver, just like here, we can lead this up and kind of like to the sideline, like up and to the right, and we just click on and rack catch it, and it's an easy touchdown. All right. So like you see, you don't even need the streak. You definitely can use a streak. The streak will work too, but like I like just a hitch or a whip route to playmaker, because I know that the user is gonna be looking for deep bombs. So if you give them a playmaker route, they have to worry about two. They're not really going to be able to defend both, and a lot of times they'll see the playmaker route and won't run with the deep bomb. All right, so that's the first way to bomb cover 3. The second way that's really easy to do is kind of to take advantage of the tip I showed you guys recently, which was to use the streak out route combo. So we can do that at this formation. We're going to go ahead and put this receiver right here on an out, and the outside receiver on a streak. Now, normally I would streak the tight end, but I'm just going to keep him on this corner route, because that will distract the user a lot, and it will do a good enough job of holding the safety that I can throw this bomb without having to streak him. But if you guys want to streak him, be my guest. Definitely will work with the streak to the tight end as well. So then what we're going to do is we're going to motion this outside receiver into the right and snap the ball right once he passes the slot receiver, just like this. All right, so guys, take a look. What's going to happen? Very easy. You're going to see that safety he's not going to be able to get over there, and the motion receiver is going to make it so that the out route is going to get paid attention to, I should say, by this outside corner on the left. It's not really going to come up on him, but he's not going to drop back deep enough either. Look, you can see he's just kind of backpedaling. So as soon as we get by him, if we just lead it up and to the left again, we should be able to rack it for a touchdown. He did catch us from behind here, but that's honestly probably just the throw angle more than anything. You don't need the streak. You can definitely do the corner route, but, I mean, the streak is going to be obviously something that works too if you want to do that. So you can streak the tight end and the outside receiver, do your max protect so you guys could get your blocking scheme in, put the out route, and then you want to motion this guy just like this, bam. So just take a look. We roll out, and it's an easy bomb. I don't think we're going to get caught from behind on this one. All right, so like I said, cover 3 is probably the easiest one to bomb for real. Cover 2 and cover 4 are definitely more difficult. So let's get into those now. We're going to pick Tampa 2, cover 2. It doesn't really matter. Any sort of cover 2 shell with the deep halves, it's going to work against. All right, so again, we're in the weak slot flex. The play is tight end corner. So you have, again, 2 options with cover 2. The basic is you're going to need to max protect and streak the slot receiver. Now, for the tight end, you have a few different choices here. Now, if you don't have tight end apprentice or hot route master, basically anything that gets your tight end extra hot routes, you can have him on a delayed fade or an in route. Delayed fade works well, in route works well, doesn't really matter. I like in route more than delayed fade because if it's a delayed fade, there's like nothing for the user to pay attention to, really. And he'll probably just go cover it himself, if we're being honest. But the reason why this works is that when you have no routes attacking the right side of the field, the deep zones on the right side of the field just dumb out this year. And yeah, so that's how it works. I will say that you have another choice here. You can either leave this guy as is or motion him in. I'll explain the benefits of each in a second. Safety on that side of the field got glitched out really bad. He was nowhere near the play. Same thing happens here. He just runs straight down. We bomb him. We get a good throw. That's an easy score. Again, the reason why this happens is there's just no routes over there for him to really even contend with. So, he's just not he's not doing anything, right? He just drops down. We have a fast receiver. He's going to run right by him. It's going to be an easy touchdown. All right, as long as we get a good throw. Last time we didn't get as good of a throw, so he caught us from behind. Now, the downside of that version I just showed you is it just takes a minute. Like, you guys can see it takes a minute to develop. You might get shedded a bit. Now, we can motion him in. Now, if you motion him in, it still works just the same, and it's way faster. Like, he definitely comes open way quicker. The only downside to this is when you throw the ball, because he's coming from, not as far across the field, he's going to catch it closer to the sideline. So you might rack catch it and, be forced basically out of bounds. You'll get a huge throw, but you won't always get a touchdown just because it can be a little tricky on the sideline to make sure you rack catch it upfield without going out of bounds from this angle. I mean, you definitely can. It's just not as easy as what I just did. So you guys can see it's the same thing, and this time I should be able to do it. And, you guys can see it's a touchdown. And the safety doesn't act quite as stupid there, but, he's just going to still not cover him, and it's still going to be an easy bomb. And that time it worked fine. We were actually able to rack catch that one pretty easily and head upfield for the touchdown. But sometimes you don't necessarily get the best throw in the world, so, it can lead you a little bit more to the sideline, and that's when you might run out of bounds. But as you guys can see, he still gets open, but the safety doesn't go quite as dumb. He just basically just doesn't cover him, but he doesn't go crazy stupid. So, it's kind of a hit. It's just basically a personal decision what you care more about. Are you able to buy time so you don't mind him coming across the field so it takes longer to develop, but he gets more open, and you're definitely going to be able to rack it for a touchdown? Or do you just want to make sure you get the throw off quickly and you don't take a sack, and maybe you rack it for a touchdown, maybe you don't? As you can see, he's way more open when you don't motion him, and he has way more room to work with. It just takes a little bit longer to get him open. All right, guys, now I want to look at cover 4. Cover 4 drop especially is also considered a pretty hard coverage to bomb, but you definitely can do it from plays like this, with deep posts, with the right route combo. So it's going to be the same thing really as cover 2, to be honest with you. Although I will say against cover 4, I definitely prefer motioning this receiver in. I definitely do not like not having him motion in on cover 4 at all. It just doesn't work. the same. But then we just do a streak and an in route. All right, that's really it. And as you guys are going to see here, that safety is not going to guard him. He's going to run right by that corner, you know, and then it's an easy touchdown. So I lead that up and to the right, more up than to the right though, and that's you guys can see because that safety. I feel like cover 4 is even easier than cover 2, honestly, because this safety is going to be more in the middle of the field than the sideline just naturally because he's in the quarter zone and out of deep half. So, like, once we pass him up, like, again, this you can see this deep zone over here, he's not doing anything because there's no routes over here. So, once we pass that guy up, it's easy because that corner, he's not going to be able to recover. We just lead it, like, up into this area, like I said, up into the right sideline, but more so up. And you guys can see just like that. That's perfect. Easy touchdown. I'm going to do that again for you guys. I just feel like when you don't have any other, like, really route than a streak and a post, obviously the user naturally probably is going to, in my opinion, look to guard the post, right? So that's why I at least like to have something over the short middle so it's not as obvious. You know, that's just me, though. And there, that's the perfect throw right there. That's why you don't want to go too far outside the pocket, because sometimes when you go too outside the pocket, that's when you can't really get that perfect throw animation. You want to turn your shoulder so you're throwing it more upfield than to the sideline, because like I said, that's when you run into the problem where you throw it too far to the sideline that you catch it, but you just can't really turn upfield and score with it like you really want. But when you don't roll out so drastically, you're able to do that pretty much every time. So I know I said one more time last play, but you know, I'm just gonna do that once more because I really do want you guys to see that throw angle. How, yeah, I mean, you do want to roll out, but you don't want to go too drastic with it. And now here's the other thing: if they press in any of these defenses, it's gonna be even easier to bomb. We don't even want to press because that just makes it too easy. So let's move everybody back. All right. Now again, just take a look how easy this is. Like if you roll out a little bit, like I do here, like and kind of just throw it like up, you should be fine. But like if you roll out too much, that's when you start to get it to the sideline, and then that's what the problem is. So make sure that you roll out just slightly enough so you can get that nice angle to throw it upfield instead of throwing it to the sideline. I'm gonna do it one last time. And again, we just streaked Watkins, put the tight end on either the delayed fade or an in route. I prefer the in route because, again, I want them to have to watch something. I just don't want them to have two routes and obviously go guard the post. That's never going to be good. So you guys can see the angle here. See how it's upfield now instead of to the sideline. And then, again, I promise you 99 speed guys aren't catching me. This is just, they're too dumbed out over there. And as long as we get the good throw, and you guys can see how to do it there. It's not that hard. You just have to kind of get used to it. It's GG's, right? Bam. So very easy to bomb. You can bomb all these different coverages. You can even bomb the cover 3s with deep halves the same way I bomb cover 2. So at the end of the day, there's really no, coverage that's common a coverage you're going to play against that's going to slow this down. Now, obviously, if people are playing man, that becomes a whole different story. But again, most man defenders cannot keep up with a deep post route at this point in the game, especially if you have a post flag and lead out there. Yeah. So I would recommend realistically trying to do this with a post flag elite because even if the coverage is a little tighter, you'll still catch them pretty much every time if you have post flag elite. Tyreek Hill doesn't, but he was just so open it never mattered. But when you're playing modes with, like I said, everyone has so many abilities and so many good players, post flag elite definitely will turn this up a notch to where even when the throw is a little bit more contested than it was in this video, he's going to catch it every time. So hope you guys enjoyed this tip, man. Thank you all so much for the support. I'll be back with some more great content soon. Until then, I'm out.